Hi everybody, Brian Romacco here, and I recently made a series of 4 videos going over sort of a 5-minute little exercise regime for the neck, focused on sort of neuromuscular control, involves a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of muscle work, and then focus on relearning neuromuscular control. This is important for sort of getting out of the chronic pain cycle where your control muscles can't do their job. The brain muscle coordination just isn't there, so large muscles need to be chronically tight. And there's also this fear of movement, that sort of fear avoidance, and the chronic pain. So this set of exercises is to address that. And sometimes hard to do exercises on your own, which is why this particular, I was making this for a particular patient. I thought I'd share it to everybody. So it's a series of 4 5-minute videos. You can do them all back to back, but I actually recommend doing one at a time, maybe all in the same day, sort of morning, lunchtime, evening, maybe one a day. There's diminishing returns, but the more exercises you do, the faster and better you'll get. Remember that these exercises should be pain-free. Remember to modify as needed. So even though I'm going through, let's say the 3rd or 4th video, and I'm doing something like, I can't do that yet. Well, you can't do that yet. So do something else that's useful while you're working with me through the video. So again, the video still helps even if you're not following exactly what I'm doing. You're going to be like, okay, I'm just going to do the same exercise I did in the last video, or I'm just going to make it easier. Or if all of the exercises are too easy, you can make it more challenging. You can do all these control exercises, for example, against gravity. You could be lying on your side, and you could be doing all the control exercises sort of against gravity like this, lying on the bed on the side, trying to make sure your head isn't like this. You're working all the muscles and you're working the control. I could be doing all the control exercises, face down like this. Remember, you don't want to be like this. You want to be sort of neutral and tall. So you can make modifications so that the exercise is useful. Same thing with the control exercises. I'm going to be moving my neck all over the place as an example, but if you find a jitter, you have a particular control issue with a particular motion, who cares what I'm doing? Focus on something, focus on the movement that will help you. I will have timestamps in the description if you want to jump to 1, 2, 3, or 4. And you can also, of course, skip this introduction on future times that you consult this video. You may need to consult some of my other YouTube videos for detailed instructions for how to do some of these exercises. Anyway, I hope these set of exercises help people. Cheers. Video number 1. So we're going to start with that mobilization where we're grabbing the lower spine. Remember, you want to be tall and turn to your comfort. You don't necessarily need to turn all the way. And you can turn both ways to your comfort. Remember, trying to be tall. Now we'll work out, maybe we'll look for some tender muscle knots. For you, it was sort of in front of here, but we were coming from underneath and in front. Ooh, that's worked tight on me right there. Oh, that's like 9 out of 10 pain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For me, it only started to go down after about 8 seconds. Anything back here? Oh, I do have one right there. Make sure not to hurt your fingers. Use a knuckle, use a pen or something. Okay. And then let's go with, from exercises, let's go with isometrics. That means, isometric means no lengthening. So the muscles aren't actually moving anything. We're going to use them. This is considered the most gentle. If someone's just had a car accident, you can still do this exercise because nothing's moving, nothing's going to go wrong. You don't want to do it to the point where anything hurts. So for example, I can give some resistance and I can just, again, I want to be nice and tall, and I can just apply some resistance, and I'm just going to make sure my neck doesn't go anywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Again, I can apply some resistance. Let's say this is ear to shoulder type resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go in the other direction. Again, ear to shoulder type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do the circuit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the side one, you can make it a turn instead of an ear to shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I can make it a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, I'm trying to be tall with all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you don't want this with the forward one. You're nice and tall, almost chin tucked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want this to happen. You don't want this to happen. Tall, chin tucked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we used all the muscles all the way around our neck. And for our control exercise, let's do slow turning. You may want to change your camera and phone so that you can see yourself, to give yourself some feedback. And I'm just going to do slow turning. And you can do it, if turning right here is easy, you can go lower, you can go middle, you can go high. But we're going to do slow turning. We're going to focus on control. Remember, you're not going so far that you're in pain or discomfort. It should be a little bit frustrating as you focus on control. So maybe I'll just do it right in neutral. And back. I had a little jitter there. And we're going left to right. Here we go. Well, this one's much better. The first one was a little rocky for me. Oh, I had a little jitter there. Come on, Bryn. No jitters, no jitters. I put that jitter in there, I feel like. Because you probably have some jitters. Oh, I really hate these exercises. I hate them. It's getting smoother though. For me, it's the left to right. I get a little jitter. Only with practice will it go away. Focus, 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 focus. If you're up for it, let's do one more where maybe I'll go a little higher and we'll do cross. Oh, sometimes I jitter in a different spot. Again, just it has to be a little bit higher. Maybe that was too high. That's a good one for me to do. In the center, it's fine. At the edges, it's a little jittery. Okay. So already in my brain, I really don't want to do that anymore, but I can do it later today. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Good luck. Here's video number 2. We're going to start with mobilizing that lower neck again, just in case. Tall. Again, you can replace this with another stretch that you feel that you need more. Now I've sent a video of how to do a stretch called a snag, and so you can watch that one to learn this next stretch, which I'm going to do. Again, you don't have to do every single exercise. You can replace it with something else. So the next thing I'm going to do is a snag. Towel. Again, I have an instructional video that I've sent you on how to do this. It's on my YouTube channel as well. Snag, S-N-A-G. We're basically using a towel to mobilize the neck. So I'm turning and then I'm just applying a little overpressure. Oh, that one's tighter. Shouldn't be a death grip. I don't really need this, but sometimes it feels very satisfying. So if you find an area which is particularly tight, you could do that one 4, 5, 6 times and just focus on really loosening the part that's bothering you. Okay, so we did snags. Now we're going to do resisted turning as our muscle exercise. So we're going to provide resistance for turning. Remember, you could do resistance basically in any direction. I'm going to pick turning for this one. So I'm going to turn, and I'm providing some resistance. Remember, this can be very light resistance. And I'm just going to focus on turning against this resistance. It's like doing bicep curls with your neck muscles. So I'm not letting my hand, push me this way. This is just slowly back and forth, like I'm sort of doing bicep curls. So that's number 2, number 3. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. Okay, other direction. Here we go. 1. Notice I'm trying to be nice and tall for these. 2. 3. 4. Tall, Brandon. 5. 6. 7. 8. Okay, now for our control exercise, let's try to do a small box. Again, it helps if you're looking to a mirror, and you can change your camera so that you are looking at yourself instead of watching this video perhaps. And we're going to do a box, and we're going to try to do maybe 5 to 10 boxes. And we're going to switch directions. So here we go. And across, and up, and across. I have a little jitter going right to left for myself. And down. Now you can focus on any jitter. You don't have to do the whole motion. So if you have a particular jitter, you can just focus on trying to get rid of that jitter. Like for me, I really should only be doing that left to right where I have that jitter, and focusing just on that to try to get rid of it. And up, and The jitter's in the same spot every time. If I don't work on it, it's not going to go away. Down. Let's switch directions. Okay, here we go. Switching directions. And down and across. The trick here is you do want to go slow. Your body's not going to want to go slow because it's like, oh, I'm not good at it. I just want to get it over with. Remember, these control exercises should be a little bit frustrating. If they're not a little bit frustrating, then your brain isn't in sort of relearning mode. Oh, what's that? What was that box? It has to be a box, not like a trapezoid or some sort of weird triangle. Let me do that one again. Okay. Here's video number 3. So remember, this one is a good stretch to start with each time. This one I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to do a different type of snag where I push head back and then look up. And I can take the towel and shimmy it higher or lower. I'm always pulling towards my chin. Again, I have a video on how to do snags. S-N-A-G. Well, and an S for plural. Remember, do exercises and stretches that benefit you and that you're comfortable with. You might not be comfortable with this one yet. This actually, out of all 3 videos so far, that's I think the most beneficial one for me so far this morning. Okay, next is a scaling pin and stretch. I have, again, a video in my healthcare playlist on how to do a scaling pin and stretch. So I can push into the scalings and stretch and push and stretch and push and stretch and push and stretch. Now for you, there's anterior middle scalings. There's also a posterior scaling, which is a little bit further back. And so you might find that is more beneficial. Let's just check the posterior scaling at the very least. Push and stretch and push and stretch and push and stretch. Honestly, I wish I had done all of those just on the posterior scaling. Remember, modify these for your benefit. Push and stretch, push and stretch, and push and stretch, and push and stretch, and push and stretch, and posterior scaling, push and stretch, and push and stretch, and push and stretch, and push and stretch. Now for our muscle exercise, we're going to do head nods or craniocervical flexion. This is similar to the JAWS test video or exercise. You don't necessarily have to do it lying down. That can be difficult to start with. You can do this with just head resistance or sort of lean back in a chair so that you're doing it a little bit against gravity. So you have to work against gravity. We want to avoid this where we're bringing the whole head forward, particularly bring the chin forward. The goal of this is to bring the chin to chest and to have the neck straight. So you're almost doing like a chin tuck. You're doing a chin tuck, and you can either do this motion or again, try to bring chin to chest. That motion, and you're doing it against a little bit of gravity. Let's try to do maybe 4 times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a break. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of a break. Here we go again. 1, 2. It's hard to talk when I'm doing this. 3, 4. A little bit of a break. Again, I can do this with resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Okay, that was a really good one. Okay, as for our control exercise, we're going to do diagonals. Now for our diagonals, again, for any control exercise, it's good to have some visual feedback. Look at a camera on your phone pointed towards yourself, or to look in a mirror. We're going to do small diagonals, basically an X. There's variations of this. For example, I can start with my head turned or my head looking up, and so my X is basically in a quadrant. But I'm going to do sort of an X right dead center for this example. And I can't do a very big X or else I can't see myself in the mirror or in the camera. So I'm going to try to do an X. Make sure you're avoiding a stair step. Right? And we can go back up. The X tends to be the most challenging. Maybe you can tell in these videos so far that right to left for me has been the most challenging. Oh, that wasn't a diagonal at all. It had a more of a curve. Focus, Brandon, focus. Again, if you find something you have trouble with, just focus on that. Ah! Maybe I'm particularly bad. Ah! I'm doing an arc instead of a straight line from there to there. That's better. Focus, 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 focus. Maybe let's say one more and then we'll switch to the other side. Focus, focus, focus. Oh, I hate these exercises so much. Oh, why am I doing this? Oh, I'm doing this for you. And for me. Okay, well, we have that other diagonal. Come on, Brian, you can do this. Oh, my brain is done. Remember, you want to be tall for this. You don't want to have your neck in a compromised position. Ideally, you want slow and smooth, and without the start-stop, you can see my motion is a little bit jittery, particularly with this one. Again, you can just focus on the parts that you have trouble with. You don't have to do the whole diagonal. You don't even have to switch sides. As long as you're doing something that's challenging, you're doing something that benefits you. Okay, so we did both sides, and that's it for the control. Good luck. Welcome to video number 4. Of course, we're going to start with some sort of stretch or loosening up. I'm going to start with the bottom of the neck one. Again, pull, stretch, 2, 3, and the other side, 1, 2, 3. Okay. To activate the muscles, we are going to focus on muscles at the back of the neck for this one. It's useful to have a wall. You can do this either sitting or standing. I'm going to go to a wall here. I'm going to try to have my back against the wall. If you're standing, you may actually have to put your feet away from the wall so you can actually get some force to push your head against the wall. You can use quite a large force. I'm going to try to keep a chin tuck and then push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see I was using so much force I was actually pushing the wardrobe. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, keeping that chin tuck, trying to be tall. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, come on, keep on doing this, Brandon. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can add side turns as you do this as well. Start using the muscles for turning as well as pushing back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did that variation on that last one. Remember, you could do all of those with that variation. Well, that feels good. We're also going to activate maybe the muscles at in the back, pulling the shoulder blades back, and of course neck and shoulders go together. You can do this exercise just focusing on the shoulder blades, or like I'm going to do it now, it's shoulder blade and neck, the control together, because the shoulder blades hang off of the neck. So I'm basically going to do pull downs, just gentle pull downs. And if you want, you can accentuate the end of it where you for a second or two pull extra far back, sort of full effort, to try to pull the shoulder blades back and down. Not necessary though, because I'm going to focus more on the neck for myself for this one, but if you want to focus on the upper back, then you would accentuate and hold 1, 2, 3. So here we go. I'm going to focus more on the neck. So I'm doing a light pull down and I'm going to turn. And I'm going to turn to the other side. So as I pull down, that's when I turn. Again, you can really accentuate the pull down. You could even do the reverse and have weights and be pushing up as you do this. You could do this with light weights. There's a lot of variations to this. Again, I could have small weights I could be pushing up. Instead of trying to pull down, again, at the end of these, I could hold for 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe for the last one, that's what I'll do. I'll come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll do one more hold of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That feels really, really good. Feels good to use the muscles. And what a great way to start the day. Okay, so we've activated muscles, back of the head, back of the shoulders. We've sort of deactivated muscles at the top here. I have an exercise video about both isometric relaxation and the Brugger's position, which is basically we did a combination of those. And we're going to do zigzags for our control. So across, zigzag, zigzag, zigzag for our control. So here we go. So up a little bit. Across. Now in order for me to get visual feedback, I need to have camera pointed at me, and I can't turn my head too far or else I can't see. So if I want to focus in a different quadrant, I can move my whole body and then focus on doing the zigzag in this quadrant. Oh, see this is much more challenging for me. See, I need to restart there. Oh, wow, this is really challenging for me. See, my head wanted to tilt instead of go across. Oh, and it's shaky. So again, you can just focus on the parts that are shaky. Oh, already much better. Oh, not quite ready. Oh boy, when it's challenging, it's mentally fatiguing, eh? This one might be even too advanced for me. My neck's been feeling pretty darn good. Now again, you can sort of do the reverse zigzag. Oh my God, that's terrible. I'm a disaster. Again, I don't have to complete all the zigzags up and down. As soon as I found that jitter, I could just repeat that. Just trying to work that out. If you find you have a tight spot, of course you can do just this, work it out a little bit. Let's see if I can do that again. Oh, it's even worse now. But that means I got rid of a tight spot. I'm relearning what's important. I'm relearning muscle control. Yeah, now it's getting better. Oh, jittery there. But I felt like there was something tight in my neck restricting me from doing it properly there. So it's important to work out tight spots so that your muscles can relearn how to move. And if you don't relearn how to move, the neck is going to go straight back to tightening those sections because, oh yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to keep those sections tight. Okay. So there we go. Good luck.